Okay, what's going on, boys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. We got a meta 100k team here, squad builder, but I'm also going to explain to you how you can upgrade this, so you can't skip to the end because I want to explain to you how you can upgrade these players in the future. So let's get it started. So we're going to put Correa in, without doubt, probably the best starter player in this game. 4-star, 4-star high meme. Look at those stats. Put a hunter on him, even on 2 chemistry. The guy's a beast, but we got him on 4 chemistry anyway. Got stamina, got the aggression, very important this year. Agility and balance, he's got the finishing, and he's got the sprint speed, and he's actually got the passing. I'll be using this card up until January, but we're keeping it in. The second player we've gone with is Morales. Now, in this position over here, we're going to eventually get his son. That's the long-term plan, but this Morales card is a very, very good card. So, work your way up to someone like Heung-Min Son, but this guy is very good. He's been nerfed from last year. Last year was cracked. But again, another card, you put a hunter on him, you get that sprint speed acceleration up, you get that shot power and finishing, and of course agility balance. It could be a bit better, but at 5'11", to be honest, it's not too much of the end of the world. And he can play both as a left wing and a right wing, or even a second striker. For the right hand side, we're going to go with Rafinha now. This is where, as I said, most of the budget would go. You'd expect Correa to be about 20k-ish. So expect a lot of the budget going towards Correa, 20-30k, but that is just understandable for the hype that he has, and B, the player that he is. Rafinha is also a very good card. 4-star, 4-star. Again, you can see we're trying to choose the best players here. High. He can play as a cam, or you can play basically as a winger. So we chose someone with higher pace here, guys. We're going to keep him. Long term, you'd put someone like Dembele here. But with a finisher style, you see he's already got the pace. We don't have to boost the pace anymore. We get the balance up to 83, and then we get the finishing up to 92. If you play him on 2 chemistry, it's not too much the end of the world, but ideally we want to get him on 3, and that way you get, as you can see, the perfect 92 finishing. That's really good. And of course, you get the aggression and the stamina. I think these stats are going to be important. And don't forget, we want to be able to do explosive fake shots with all these guys. Morales, if we put a hunter on him, he's fine, but we want to be able to do the explosive fake shot with all these guys. That's why they're all 4-star skill moves. Now we're going to go over to a kind of a temporary cam kind of player. Now, this player will be replaced with Basuma, so he gets a link to Sun. But we just put him in there for now. Look, do you know what, with him? You just put a hunter on him. Look, he can get the job done. He's got a 3-star weak foot, yes. Put him in cam. Play him as a winger in a 4-4-2 or in a 4-2-3-1. You can play him in cam, and then Morales and Rafinha on the other sides and create up front. But he's just going to be a temporary player with a hunter. Still got the pace, still got the dribbling, the shooting, and he's got the passing, and he's got decent stamina. And look at this, 77 stand tackling. So if you wanted to, you could even play him in centre mid, but the defensive awareness is a bit too low. So you have him as a hybrid player. Then we move over to one of the best CDMs in a game that money can buy. I would love players like, there's 2 other options. We have Lamer as well, but I think Lamer, the hype around him is going to be a bit too high because of who he is and his rating. So I'm going to take a bit of a bluff here that no one's going to be going for as much as Emory Chan. I love this card, always have. 6 foot, I think 6'1", he's one of the best CDMs in the game. Without even going into too much detail, I think you can pretty much see for yourself with the shadow. The defense awareness goes up as well. He's got the dribbling. The agility balance can be better, but it's still very good for a centre mid, don't get me wrong, or a CDM. He can actually shoot, so expect the balls coming back to him for the power shot. Long term, maybe you could think of like a Goretzka or a Lema, but I think he sits a very good job. Maybe even a Valverde in the long run. But Emory Chan will be the card that will stay in there. And of course, very good short passing. Perfect as a box-to-box. Can even play centre-back as well. Then we've gone with DePaul. Now, DePaul, I would say, could probably stay in this team for quite a long time. The reason for this is because he's high-medium. So you got medium-high in Emory Chan staying back. And you got this guy going forward. So you can, if you want to, put a shadow on him. But 75 defense awareness, it's not going to make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. So just put a hunter on him. Get his shooting up. So you can see the agility and balance can be better. You can also use an engine as well. But I recommend a hunter. Get his agility and balance up. If you want to, the engine, or use a hunter, get his finishing, shot power up, and his long shots and his acceleration. And you got a perfect, again, box to box, can pass, can distribute, got the physicality, got the defending if he needs to come back, the agility, balance, the pace, and of course finishing. You can, if you want to, also go towards the Deadeye, but I think at that point, okay, he's fine maybe for the first 2 weeks or so, but I would say you ideally want to move towards engine. You really want to get that pace up just a little bit more, but nonetheless, still a very, very top tier centre mid. He's got 1 CDM, And you got one centre mid more attacking and one guy that can play as a cam, left wing, right wing, and can also play as a winger if you need to. Then we're going to go with left back. So this is where we kind of reduce the price of the squad a little bit here. We're going with Raum. A very good card, very cheap, good pace. I would say potentially just put an anchor on him. An anchor on him, or you can also put a guard on him to get his defensive awareness up and balance. But as a left back, not too much of an issue. You can put a shadow if you struggle with the pace, which I'd recommend, or an anchor. I'd recommend a shadow, to be honest, just because pace is going to be the forefront of this game, I can very much assure you. Right hand side, also let's just start with the rest of centre backs. Another meta centre back. We've again going away from the top tier meta cards because they're going to be very highly priced, but he's still a top tier meta card. See, it's all about finding the hidden gems. The hidden gem. Look at this card. Put a shadow on him. 81 defensive awareness, 91 stand tackling, 98 standing, 88 interceptions. Amazing physical, doesn't need any physical boost, and of course he has the pace boost as well. Such a top tier card, no question about that as well. And then alongside him we got Klosterman. Klosterman also being a very good card, all for the last couple of years or so. Again, we're going to put a shadow, max out his pace here, medium, but 88 defensive awareness, 89 stand tackling, 89 interceptions, and 99 slide tackling. Honestly, one of the best stat-wise driven players. You have both him and I think he says his name is Gavardio. I think that's how you say his name. Both tanks, 6'1" and 6'2" respectively. And also, I would say these two cards, they're a good combination. I would like Klosterman to have high work rates, but because he's a natural centre back, it's not too much the end of the world. For the goalkeeper, we've got a bit of a cheap option. If you've got more money, you can go with a Neuer, etc. We've gone with Baumann. Left back, Davies would go here long term. We would keep Klosterman and we'll maybe move Emory Chan to centre back. That's the way that I would do it long term, by the way, in case you're wondering. Neuer will go there. And for the right back, look, this is what I'd want long term. Long term, I would say ideally you'd want someone else here. Probably even going towards Bundesliga. You do have only a few players. You have Frimpong. So that's why what I've done is I said, you know what, let's just go here, keep a Liga Santander. And that way when Dembele comes along, we'll get the chemistry. I wouldn't go Bellerin because he's too slow. So just put Navas in for now. Odriozola is also a player that's not too bad. So if you want to get Vinicius Junior in, but just get Navas in for now. That is a team. Basically, everyone is on chemistry, par Rafinha. But Rafinha, I said, on 2 chemistry. He's not the end of the world. So how does it look in terms of in-game? So let's go through all the major formations. Now, Correa goes up front for me. Emory Chan, DePaul. Lemar, I would personally say I would want it like this. Personal preference. Or maybe like this. The reason why is I use my cam as kind of like a second striker in a 4-2-3-1. That's how I would play it. If I'm going towards a 4-4-2 or a second variation, it's a bit of a tough choice here. I would probably say, I like Cdms on the left here. Correa always goes up front. I would say maybe Rafinha maybe goes strike here. And the reason why I say this is because when you put a finish from even on 2 chemistry, or if you get him on, if you change the players around and get him on 3, even better. But you see, even on 2 chemistry, he still has very good shots. Hasn't got the best of long shots, but he can still finish inside the box. So I wouldn't mind playing him as a striker. So that's what I would say. Maybe Rafinha there, Lemar Morales down the wings. Now, if we go over to a 4-1-2-1-2, and I think this is where the formation will really prosper, we're going to put Morales in cam, Rafinha and Correa. To be honest, you can use Morales in striker as well. The good thing about Correa, Rafinha and Morales, they can all... Correa, Morales, and Rafinha, they can all interchange. Lemar is also more of like a temporary player, but because he's got the 70 stand tackling, he can also play centre mid. Don't forget, high work rates. He can get that job done very well. If you want to, you can put a shadow on him. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'd say Hunter is definitely the way to go as an attacking centre mid. High work rates, high medium high when you're staying back. You get the complete perfect trio inside the box. And if we go over to, I'm going to say the 3-5-2, it will be very much the same thing, except for what we will do is we'll put Navas on that side. We'll put Klosterman on the right hand side because Klosterman is the faster of the two. and then we'll just put Lamar as a left mid. You can always put someone else there if you want to, but I think Lamar's best place over here is a left mid. But I think realistically the best formation for this, and I think most people are going to be using, is some formation of the 4-4-2. 4-3-3, same thing. Lamar just drops in, simple as. It's pretty much Correa goes up front. And the last thing I want to say is a 4-3-2, which is going to be a very effective formation, I think, this year. And it'll be the exact same thing with Lamar playing as a CDM. And of course, you do a quick switcheroo just like that, and you get those players in a perfect position. But anyway, guys, that is probably one of the best 100k teams that I made. You can upgrade it as you go on. So as you get more coins, you can upgrade the team as well. As I mentioned with Son, getting Davies in, getting Goretzka, etc., etc. But there's also one that not every single player will be going for. So you got a bit of balance. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.